Magpies are a mighty club, we know. We're on the way to victory, let's go. We'll fight the fight, we'll show our might. We'll do our best for the black and white, for we're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. We're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. The Magpies are a mighty club, we know. We've celebrated our Magpie Club, let's go. We'll win the fight, we'll show our might. We'll do our best for the black and white, for we're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. We're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. Magpies are a mighty club, we know. We're on the way to victory, let's go. We'll fight the fight, we'll show our might. We'll do our best for the black and white, for we're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. We're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. The Magpies are a mighty club, we know. We celebrated our Magpie Club, let's go. We'll win the fight, we'll show our might. We'll do our best for the black and white, for we're mighty proud of the mighty black and white. We're mighty proud of the mighty black and white.
It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for which we fight. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the white. Every eye gleams bright for the red and the white as we sing this song to you. What do we
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to AFLNT and NITV's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season, broadcasting live right here from the home of Territory Footy, TIO Stadium. My name is Tara Harris, hosting you this evening with Stuart Davis in the commentary box. How are you, Stu?
Yeah, good, thanks, Tara. Game's underway already, and no real territorial advantage so far as Palmerston look to carry the ball forward, but there's a free kick being paid here for a tackle without the ball, and Tatiana Perry, is it? But it's a 50-metre penalty as well, so that'll get things moving into the Palmerston forward line pretty quickly.
Yes.
So these two teams at opposite ends of the premiership table, Tara, but we're hopeful of a good contest tonight as the kick comes inside forward 50, and Finch for Waratah is first to the ball but unable to keep it in play, and it'll be a boundary throw in, or it'll be a ball up in fact, because no boundary umpires tonight in the right forward pocket of Palmerston.
Umpire Cheryl Smode with the ball up.
So from that stoppage, not many players around at this time. Finch reaches in, picks it up and kicks forward. Mark's spilled out here, and a chance for Waratah through Vallejo, who kicks down towards or just forward of half back as the ball's on the ground. It's Tars first there again, but some heavy body work there sees the tackle, or the player knocked to the ground, and Bonnie Peacock picked the ball up but then didn't dispose of it when she was tackled, and it's a Palmerston free kick once again to Perry, who kicks inside forward 50 this time, but working back for Tars was Hannah Wilson. She clears out, but that's intercepted by Carly McDonald just forward of centre, grandstand side at TIO Stadium. She's looking to come further towards the boundary line at half forward, just goes over the top of her intended target there and will roll out of bounds, so that should be a Waratah free kick, and it will be to Finch once again. Sound Murphy's, sorry it is, and Murphy drives along the boundary line but just misses her target down there. That one bounces out of bounds, and so a Palmerston free kick right on the centre wing in front of us here. And Charlie Brady it is who kicks inside forward 50. Mark spilt down there, but working back for Tars was Kalakis. She's helped out in defence by Peacock, who got the hand pass across, and now it was Poppy Fawcett who got the hand pass forward, and now Palmerston just breaking away here towards half forward as the kick from Carlton comes inside into the forward pocket, and Mark taken nicely down there, and an opportunity for a Palmerston player whose name we don't have on our team sheet, Tara.
No, she must be a late addition to the squad this evening, so we're just waiting to get updated numbers.
Good looking kick, but just missed to the right hand side. Yeah, those numbers should come through shortly, so apologies for that, but the first score of the board is a behind to Palmerston.
It's been good pressure from Waratah early. Obviously Palmerston having a lot of control of the footy, but Waratah girls as usual really pushing hard in the defence.
So Riley Lapira brings the ball into the outer side of the ground, just falls short. Kalakis out there, and bursting onto it is Carlton for Palmerston. Has a couple of bounces, runs to the top of the goal square, hooks over the shoulder, and a clinical finish there. So just backed herself with confidence there, ran the ball with the ball, and a nice finish by Marika Carlton.
It was a really great finish there. Obviously she used the opportunity there with a little error from Kalakis from Waratah. Used the opportunity, had the two bounces and a beautiful goal obviously to get them on the board. That's a second score opportunity for them. So 1-1 Palmerston to Waratah, still yet to score. So come back to the centre. So
yeah, good start for Palmerston, and Palmerston, as I was alluding to earlier, sit on top of the table in the under-18 competition at the moment, and I've been playing good football all year. Waratah struggling with numbers, and you'll see a number of the girls in yellow St Mary's shorts that are helping them out throughout the season, which is good to see, to keep the competition rolling on, of course. And Tars have got it down to half forward from that centre stoppage, but it's Palmerston who break away from defence, and Marika Carlton again goes off for a run with a couple of bounces and chips a pass in towards half forward, but that's well read in defence by Hannah Wilson for Tars. She goes straight down the ground just over the top of her intended target, and cleaning up in defence was Sienna Kelly for Palmerston. She drives it back but straight into the arms of Wilson once again, so Hannah Wilson this time will just settle things down.
She's got a couple of options there. Kalakis here coming up on the grandstand wing.
That's the way she's gone, but just bounced short of her, and some clever work in defence by Kelly, and then gets a high kick out in the marking contest. The ball spills forward, and just scrambling forward on the ground, and reaching in and picking it out was Murphy, but she got dispossessed, and good use of the ball by Palmerston. Got it on the outside, and Sienna Niesner runs in forward with a couple of bounces, chips the pass in, but it's still on the ground, and there to be won as there's a free kick been found here, and a bit of a nudge in the back, and Riley Lapira will take that free kick. She plays on straight away, comes grandstand side, but that's going to fall short, and the mark taken there by Marika Carlton once again, who's been pretty prominent early in the game. She chips in short towards half forward, and good mark in the hands taken by Hannah Wilson at half back over the top of her opponent. And now she brings the ball grandstand side, and a nice pass and a nice mark by Sian Murphy. Murphy goes long along the wing out the back. The kick's good. Chloe lay there with an opportunity. Just the ball slipped through her hands, and coming in was Sienna Kelly, who did some good work, but her hand pass misses the target, and it's snatched by Shana Edwards, who kicks long into the forward line. Here's an opportunity for Tars going forward, but the tackle's laid, and just got run down from behind there, Isabella Davey, and a good tackle and a Palmerston free kick in defence.
It's umpire Cypress Hart who's made the call there for the tackle. It was a great tackle there by the Palmerston.
Gemma Kudager it was. She kicked straight up the middle of the ground, and in the marking contest was Carlin McDonald. The ball slipped out at ground level at half forward. McDonald uses her strength and bundles a couple of opponents out the way. Kalakis gets a toe to the ball, gets it forward, and it's almost a throw. Play on's the call as they're still trying to work it out. Kalakis gets a quick kick forward now, and Fawcett runs onto it for Tars, but just couldn't control the ball. Kalakis in there fighting for it again as Palmerston clear it out of defence into the centre of the ground, into some space there, and running onto it down there for Palmerston was Alinta Perry, and the ball rolls back into the hands now of Tatiana Perry. She's trying to duck back down, got tackled as the ball slipped out. Play on's the call once again, and at ground level terrific work by Hannah Wilson, and then shoveled the ball out, but it's all Palmerston there. An air shot as the Palmerston defender came in, and now the Waratah have the opportunity to go forward if they can just get their hands on the ball here, but a little bit scrambly. The toe poke comes out to Kalakis, who gathers cleanly and kicks forward down towards half forward. Again, strong body work there at half forward, and slips out the back. A kick around the corner from Edwards inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one contest down back, and it's Tanisha Wilson back there for Palmerston, but she's got plenty of opposition as
Great Shepherd
picked up down now, and a snapshot towards goal, but it's just going to bounce the wrong side of the post, and that was Shana Edwards. And as you said, a Great Shepherd, and gave Tars the opportunity to get a shot on goal, but unfortunately for them, just to behind.
It's been good, obviously, from Waratah in the opening minutes of the term. Palmerston obviously scoring early, but Waratah have had a good couple of minutes here, thanks to Vice-Captain Hannah Wilson, who's been really strong with her marks.
So Palmerston bringing the ball out of defence. They've got players in space out wide as it goes over the top, and running onto it is Michaela Baldwin. She kicks on the left forward, but there's Hannah Wilson once again, who's read that beautifully, and good clean hands in the marking contest, and she kicks out wide. She's got players in space here as Kobe Lee runs onto it now for Tars. She uses all of her ground advantage, and that's a good pass, and finds Shana Edwards. She chips into the forward pocket where there's a couple of Tars players, and an opportunity once again as Fawcett comes in. She keeps working hard. She's got defenders in front of her now. does well to affect that kick, and Waratah with another opportunity. The kick comes through the traffic and lands in the hands of Isabella Davey, but now comes back to Fawcett. Her kick smothered back into the hands of Fawcett. She has a shot at goal. It looks pretty good. The Palmerston players are claiming that it was touched, and I think that's the way the umpires called it as well. So it went through the big white ones, but touched off the boot. So a bit of a scramble in the goal square, but Tars have had the territorial advantage in the last few minutes.
It's a really courageous effort from Poppy Fawcett there, who just did not give up.
So Palmerston this time straight down the centre of the ground. It gets past the players at ground level, and running onto it again is Carlton for Palmerston. She's shown real pace there as shows she's not afraid to bounce the ball. She's done it a number of occasions tonight, and then a good pass finds Niesner at half forward. So Sienna Niesner.
And she's got Carlton calling for it. She does have space.
Yep. Steadies now, kicks towards goal. It's swinging back, and swings inside that left-hand goal post. A beautiful finish once again. And Marika Carlton scores her second goal, which is the second goal of the match. And yeah, she's been really dominant so far, Tara.
Really, really well, and great kick as well. I'd hate to say it, but I actually read her off. I thought that, no, that'll go through for a behind there, but that's a very impressive kick from Carlton. Obviously, that pulls them up there. 2-1 Palmerston's way to Waratah's just 2 behinds, heading back to the centre here.
Tars had a couple of opportunities, just couldn't take them, and yeah, so Carlton goes back to her place on the wing, where she's providing plenty of run and carry, and getting herself around the goals as well. So.
That's it. You can always tell kind of how a game's going to be directed based on how easy it is and how easy it comes to either team that's playing, and Palmerston just seem to be a little bit more skilled in this kind of clash this early on, so we'll see what happens.
So from the restart, there's a whistle on the play here. It's a Palmerston free kick, and they've got players in the middle of the ground as the mark's taken here by Perry. Perry kicks out wide, and it's Carlton again coming up from the wing, kicks inside forward 50. The ball slips over the back, and a tackle there without the ball, and Palmerston free kick to Deshae McCoy. So another opportunity for Palmerston deep inside their forward 50.
Just under 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
So she kicks, goes to the top of the goal square, and ball at ground level, good hand pass forward, and now looking to find a player in the corridor back in the middle of the ground, but Palmerston again, a snapshot towards goal, looks pretty good. It is good, and it's gone straight through for a goal, and I think it was Alinta Perry that time, number 33, who we couldn't identify earlier in the game, but I've been informed that that's her. So Palmerston, after being restricted for large parts of the quarter, just breaking out with a couple of goals late.
Yes, so they'll come back to the centre here, looking like just under a minute left in the quarter, so it'd be good to see Waratah get right back in this, and obviously a goal before quarter time would serve them well as they enter the second quarter. Palmerston, haven't had a chance to call a lot, Stu, this year. So watching them, they're a very skilled team for under 18 girls. You can see a bit earlier with Sienna Niesner, who's polled well in the last few years, and the best and fairest, who's on screen at the moment. And then also with Tatiana Perry, who spent a bit of time in women's prems this year, and she was also in the representative squad as well. So, no, it's a really skilled Palmerston outfit.
Certainly is. As Tars the opportunity for the clearance, Kalakis just nudges the ball out in front of herself and then overruns it as McDonald comes in for Palmerston, but hand pass comes forward, and Ella Byatt now on the outer side of the ground kicks forward, and the siren goes as Hannah Wilson takes that intercept mark. So a pretty impressive first quarter from Palmerston in the end, after they were held for large periods in the midsection of the quarter.
Palmerston for the past few years have really held this competition by the reins, and in under 18 girls they continue to obviously do the same here. It's a great first quarter from Waratah. You can see that they're right in this game here, and a couple of really essential marks when it's mattered from their vice captain and Hannah Wilson. So just the 3-1-19 there to Waratah's 2 behinds. We'll be right back just after this quarter time break. All right, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Friday Night Football, broadcasting live here, NITV and AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 NAWIC Under-18 Girls Competition. We are back in the centre here. Umpire Cheryl Smode, ball up, and over to you, Stu.
Tars win the hit out, and at ground level, kick forward by Kalakis down towards half forward. The ball slips past those couple of players contesting there. Poppy Fawcett runs onto it, paddles it forward, but then gets bundled out of the way, and Palmerston the chance to clear, but the hand pass misses the target. But some clever footwork from Kelly once again for Palmerston, and the kick comes forward into the centre of the ground. Tars have the numerical advantage, but really clever work by Tatiana Perry as she kicks to the outer side, but chopped off down there, and Tars repel as Kalakis comes in. She'll get to the ball first, picks up cleanly, and then just chips it forward, looking for Poppy Fawcett down there, but the ball just fell short of her and put her under some pressure. But Tars still in the contest as it comes back to Fawcett now. She's tackled as she tries to hand pass. Ball slips out, and it's called to play on, but there's a whistle on the play here now, and it's going to be a Waratah free kick, and it's going to Ioniana Kalakis as she hand passes to player running on the outside, whose kick is well and truly smothered, and that was Murphy, of course. And now at ground level, the clearing kick out of defence by Nina Dean, and once again it's Tatiana Perry who's found herself in some space, and with possession of the ball has a couple of bounces, calls for someone to lead towards her, kicks inside forward 50. Talia Perry down there. Talia Perry couldn't take the mark, but now picks up and hand passes back to Perry. Perry chips across towards half forward, where she's got a teammate in plenty of space, and that's Niesner. Niesner kicks long towards full forward. It's bouncing near the goal line, and just bounces through for a behind as the goal umpire fielded the ball as it bounced into his arms, and then signalled the point.
He did well to keep it in place, Drew. No, that was good, and it's great from Niesner as well. And they're firing up here in the second quarter, Palmerston.
So running out of defence is Sydney Finch for Tars. She kicks to the outer side of the ground, gets it over the back where Kobe Lee's got a bit of space. If she can pick up cleanly here, hand passes backwards, and now Tars looking to go forward again, but this one's chopped off by McDonald for Palmerston. She kicks inside forward 50, and at ground level it's Palmerston who'll get their hands on the ball once again, and off the outside of the boot, kick looking for Niesner there, but terrific courageous work by Kalakis once again for Tars. Her kick's not the best, as favoured Palmerston originally, but then slipped out the back, and now Palmerston through Kelly once again gets the hand pass across to Perry. Perry inside forward 50, looking for Niesner down there, and there's a free kick being paid, and it will go the way of Sienna Niesner, about 40 metres out from goal. Taking plenty of time over this. I'm not sure that she's got that distance, but
and it looks like I don't think she had that strapping in the first quarter, Stu.
So kicks on the way, just falls short, but she has got a teammate down there at ground level as the hook around the corner goes straight across the face of goal, stays in play, and running out down there was the Tars defender who slapped it out to the outer side of the ground, and running onto it is Kobe Lee. She has a little bit of time and space, gets around a couple of players, then missed with the kick, and has all the work to do again as she's under pressure from McDonald. McDonald in the end just pushes her out the way and picks up the ball, kicks in towards the centre of the ground, but Kalakis was there for Tars, and she takes a mark. She sends it back in the direction that it came and got it out wide to Sian Murphy. Murphy wheels around on the right boot, gets it over the top, but just too far for her teammates, as running onto it down there is Nina Dean, but she's got plenty of Waratah opponents, and gets worried out of it in the end as the hand pass comes towards the boundary line and bounces over, and we'll have a stoppage at half forward for Waratah.
And they have the numbers down there, Stu. It looks like there's only the 2 or 3 forward for Palmerston at the moment, so they have got the numbers there and the option to do something with this, Waratah.
See, Palmerston have got a player about 30 metres behind this ball up, just by herself, waiting for a quick kick that might come forward from Tars, but it looks like Palmerston initially we're going to get the clearance. Again, the kick's half smothered and spills out towards half forward, and good tackle there. Play on's the call, and Palmerston bring it away down towards the centre of the ground, and a nice mark taken here by Marika Carlton. Once again, she goes long down towards half forward. The ball under contest there, and beautiful skills by Sienna Niesner, and kicks into the centre of the ground, just a fraction high for her teammate McDonald out there, but McDonald does well to recover, gets the hand pass under some pressure, and a toe poke comes out where Chloe lays first there. She picks up on the second attempt, then loses control of the ball. Now she's under pressure. Some clever footwork sees her get out of trouble and get a quick kick forward. And again, good pressure by the Tars players down there to stay in the contest as, it's a strong tackle from Sian Murphy, and she's been rewarded, but she's hurt herself in the process, I think, so hopefully she's okay. But just see the replay here as she's made the tackle and just got caught up underneath a bit, I think, her head, but looks okay now. She's going to take the kick. And
it was a fantastic tackle. She did well there. I think there was actually a bit of momentum where she may have been bumped by another player leading into the tackle, but to be paid it, and obviously a bit of a reset opportunity here for the Tars.
So goes over the top inside forward 50, and again across half back is Nina Dean doing the work for Palmerston. Her dribble kick didn't make much distance, and force it hacks a toe poke off the ground inside forward 50. Down there was White for Waratah, but again it's coming back into the hands of Vallejo for Tars, who kicks long towards the goal square. It's bouncing down towards goal. There's no one down there, and working back on first there was Palmerston, but now the Waratah players come in numbers, and Poppy Fawcett's got an opportunity now. She kicks from about 30 metres. The kick looks good. It's straight through the middle and through for Waratah's first goal of the game, and it was just all down to numbers around the ball, Tara, and eventually that worked in their favour, and they had a strong kick on goal from Poppy Fawcett.
That's right, and Poppy, who's done obviously original come over from St Mary's, has played for the girls now for a few rounds, and she's really cemented herself as a part of the team here and works hard for them. So it's great to see that, obviously with the initiative of sharing the girls across to ensure that we can get games underway, that Poppy is able to stand up and really lift the team, and obviously that coming from the Sydney Finch turnover and the tackle, getting it into their forward 50 to get that turned over. So good work there, and it keeps them part of this game. We're looking at Palmerston 3-2-20 to the Tars 1-8.
So that's the first goal of the second quarter, 6 minutes in. So Tars really fighting hard here in this contest at TIO Stadium as they look to go forward again from the stoppage here, but just couldn't take the ball cleanly that time. Picking it up was Kelly. She breaks the tackle, runs away through the middle of the ground and kicks long to the front edge of the centre square. The ball slips out the back, and Tars the opportunity through Wilson. Again, she gets tackled this time. The ball spills out. Play on's the call as again it's picked up down here by Murphy. Murphy kicks out into space on the grandstand side of the ground. Looks like Poppy Fawcett, who's going to be there first for Tars, picks it up now, but she's under plenty of pressure, and the kick gets smothered. But reaching in was Kalakis, gets a quick kick forward again into space, and an opportunity for Vallejo here as she wheels around on her right foot and kicks down inside forward 50. But this time it's Palmerston who have the numbers, and the kick comes out on the bounce and nicely collected down there by Baldwin for Palmerston. She runs the ball out of defence and then kicks into the centre of the ground where she's got Carlton, who traps it in the end and now runs around and kicks out wide, bouncing in front there of Ella Byatt. She just tried to get it over the top to her teammate Hannah Wilson, read that, got a hand pass as she was tackled, but back into the middle of the ground, and now a kick forward and a mark taken deep in the forward line for Palmerston as the kick comes over the top, and running onto it down here is Deshae McCoy all by herself, runs into the goal square and just slams it through for Palmerston's first goal of the quarter.
That was really good work there from Palmerston, obviously, and then having McCoy alone in the goal square there obviously made it a little bit easier. We watch the replay here.
Yeah, it was Kutaju who just kicked that ball forward, and McCoy found herself in space and in the right place at the right time as the ball came over the back of the pack, and a pretty easy walk-in goal.
That's it, and that just extends Palmerston lead just that little bit further. Palmerston 4-2-26 to Waratah's 1-2-8. You're watching AFLNT and NITV's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season. We're watching the NAWIC under-18 girls Friday night footy live from TIO Stadium. We're back in the centre, umpire Cheryl Smode.
So Palmerston getting the hit out this time through Baldwin, but it was Tars who had first hands on the ball as it spills towards the outer side of the ground. Vallejo in there just reaching in, but gets dispossessed of the ball, and through the hands it finishes with Marika Carlton, who hand passed in the air to herself and kept running, and now kicks down towards half forward where Perry traps it nicely, gets past her opponent, chips the ball deeper inside the forward 50, but good defensive work back there by Finch as the hand pass comes forward and Lapira comes in to assist. She gets tackled and has to hand pass forward. It goes close to the boundary line and in the end rolls over the boundary line, and it'll be a ball up.
She did
just
well.
Outside 50, sorry.
That's all right. No, she did well to dispose of that legally, but unfortunately, obviously, just didn't have the backup there with the fellow players and wasn't out on the full there. So just a...
Oh, no rucks in place, so the ball just lobbed on the ground and picked up in the end by Shana Edwards for Tars. She gets the ball down towards the centre of the ground where Sian Murphy runs onto it and kicks down towards half forward. There's a one-on-one contest here, and good defensive work by Palmerston. Rebound again, but looks like Kalakis coming in there, just couldn't gather. Now Chloe Lay tries to duck under the tackle and gets caught. Clowns the calls. It spills out here to Carlton again at half forward, and that's a good pass inside forward 50. And the mark taken by Bonnie McNeil. McNeil wastes no time, kicks long down towards full forward, but once again it's Hannah Wilson who's read that best and takes the intercept mark, and now chips it around the outer side of the ground where she finds Sydney Finch, and Finch just calling for players to make their way across the ground, but this kick, good work there from Vallejo for Edwards, who just got a hand to the ball and then recovered well again, and now kicks high down towards the centre wing, but ducking back in there was Baldwin, just spilt the mark, and gives Fawcett the opportunity, but Baldwin's in there again fighting for the ball with Fawcett at ground level. Looks like it's going to come out now. Vallejo reaches in and picks it up and eventually gets the ball to boot and gets it out into open space down towards half forward, and now running onto it down here was Davey for Waratah, but she got worried out of it as well, and good defensive work once again by Nina Dean. Gets a quick kick out to the outer side, but it's going to be Murphy first there, but gives up possession here to Carlton, who kicks long down towards half forward for Palmerston. Some clever work down there, and the kick comes across. Touched as the call from the umpire play on. I'm not sure Perry heard the call, but had enough presence of mind to get the kick again, and now McNeil kicks long towards the goal square. It's slipped over the back, and running back in defence for Palmerston was Riley Lapira, and just rushed the ball through from a couple of metres out to save what looked like being a Palmerston goal.
Yes, as you said, that was Riley Lapira there, who a bit of an educated decision there, and you can see that. Obviously, I say it every time I commentate, but the under-18 girls is a competition. It's a growth competition. It's where the girls are developing their skills, and so making those decisions under pressure are really great. So to see Lapira opting for what she did and ensuring the safest thing they could, but you know, it could turn around here and not be successful for them, but it is an educated decision.
Yeah, so just caught with the ball there. Bonnie McNeil was looking to give it off, but had her arm pinned, and it was a good tackle by Finch, and Finch's pass is good inside defensive 50 to Shana Edwards, and she had a number of players on the outside, but as the ball went out there, the siren sounded to end the first half. So just a goal apiece in that quarter, and Waratah holding on pretty well. Tara.
Yeah, they are. I think Palmerston had a couple of goals that quarter, which obviously extended their lead that little bit further at half time here. Score 4-4-28 to Waratah's 1-2-8. We'll be right back after half time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Friday night football, broadcasting live from TIO Stadium. We're back for the NAWIC Under-18 girls competition. Palmerston having a ripping opening quarter, but Waratah still very much in this and putting up a tough fight. Stu, over to you.
Ball in the centre of the ground from that centre bounce, and Chloe Lay had a couple of scrambling efforts, and now she sprints away from the pack. It gets caught with the ball, got her hand pass out in time though, and another good tackle, and the ball spills free, and Bonnie Peacock just caught with the ball there, and in fact she's going to win the free kick. Must have been caught high, so she's a bit close to the player on the mark here, but gets away with that. But the kick's just off target a bit, and hacked out. Peacock again gets underneath it on the return kick, gets a hand pass out the back, looking there for Kobe Lee, and Kobe Lee got wrapped up in the tackle as she took possession of the ball, and it'll be a ball up just forward of centre for Waratah, kicking towards the Michael Long centre end of the ground in this third quarter. Lee again, after doing the ruck work, gets involved with the ball at ground level, picks it up, but again wrapped in the tackle, and we'll have another attempt to clear things out as the bounce didn't favour Chloe Lay on that occasion, and just pinged around in the air a couple of times, and Palmerston, the hand pass goes astray as a quick kick comes forward from Edwards, but at ground level Palmerston managed to clear it away again down towards half back, and Marika Carlton there just swings around on the right foot. That kick's not her best, and Kobe Lee just chipped in and took the intercept mark there. She's looking to kick towards half forward where there's a bit of space over the back, but it's going to be Palmerston first to the ball through Bonnie McNeil. She just has a bit of trouble picking it up, gets pushed out of the way in the end by Chloe Lay, and she picks up and delivers the ball inside forward 50 as it's bouncing at ground level. Poppy Fawcett reaches in, gets a quick kick forward towards the goal. There's plenty of space back there. It's just going to dribble over the behind line for the first score of the third quarter.
Poppy Fawcett, their only goal scorer tonight, so she's been really good in that forward line for them, but just not obviously resulting in a goal in that time.
So from the kick in, it's Fawcett who got involved once again, and now laying the tackle, and just trying to interpret what the umpire's signal means there. It means he's going to ball it up. So Tars again as Vallejo in the ruck contest got jumped over by Baldwin, who won the hit out, and now reaches in, gets a quick hand pass forward. Kalakis at the back of the pack picks up, hand passes to Vallejo, who swings the ball round towards goal, but she hasn't brought that one back unfortunately for Tars, and it just drifted out of bounds on the full. So a Palmerston free kick in the back pocket. So they bring the ball back into play now, straight down the centre corridor. Is working back is Kobe Lee for Tars. She gets a hand pass out, and Kalakis gets past an opponent, now kicks in towards full forward. The ball slips over the back, but first onto it down there for Palmerston was Tanisha Wilson, but her kick's chopped off again. Kobe Lee tries to duck between two Palmerston opponents, gets the hand pass out. I think she might have been slung after she got rid of the ball there, so it's a free kick to Kobe Lee, who started this third quarter really strongly, getting plenty of the ball. Hand passes off to Finch around the back, and Finch kicks inside forward 50 now. Off hands, the ball slips over the back to Vallejo. She picks up now, ducks back and kicks long towards goal. It's just going to fall short and wide, and is off hands, goes through for another behind. So Waratah doing all the attacking in the opening minutes of this third quarter, but just haven't been able to get a goal on the board to this stage.
No, and they'll obviously got a kick-in opportunity here for Palmerston to hopefully get it up to their forward would be their goal.
So on the outer side of the ground it's Ella Byatt, but she's under plenty of pressure as Kalakis gets a quick toe poke forward to Lay, who's caught, but gets a hand pass forward. Fawcett kicks in towards full forward. That's a great mark taken in the hands, and the swings around, plays on straight away, kicks towards goal, but just misses. That was Alia White down there, but Yeah, just wanted to get it moving quickly, which probably wasn't a bad idea. She had space behind, but unfortunately the kick just offline.
And it looks like, as just watching the interchange down here, number 30, so Sian Murphy, who is spending a bit of time off here on the bench. Obviously she was hit high after a tackle about midway through the second quarter, so not sure whether she's off for the game, but she is currently just watching from the interchange.
So Shana Edwards took that intercept mark for Tars. She kicked it high towards the top of the goal square, but at ground level there's a free kick being paid here. It's going to go Palmerston's way. And it's going to go to Piper Gotch back there, and she'll just settle things down for Palmerston, looking to the outer side of the ground. The pass is pretty good, but Mark just spilt there by Baldwin, but she was good enough to regather and get around her immediate opponent and kick to space on the outer side of the ground, where first there is Rankins for Palmerston, just trying to toe poke it forward, but Kobe Lee comes in for Tars, and she gets the kick close to the boundary line. I think that one's going to go over, and so that'll be a Palmerston free kick on the outer side of the ground, and Michaela Baldwin will take that free kick just about on the centre wing on the outer side. She chips inboard and finds Ella Byatt in space. Byatt wastes no time and kicks short, and beautifully picked up on the half volley, and now the kick across the ground just too far though, and a chance for Waratah once again as White finds a teammate in Sian Murphy, who has come back onto the ground, and gets on the end of that one at half forward. She kicks long, a big torpedo forward as it floats over the back of the pack. Chloe Lay coming in for Tars, lays a bump and then recovers well, picks up the ball but runs into trouble herself. The ball spills out. Play on's the call as players working hard at ground level. Chloe Lay's in there burrowing again, but it falls into the hands of the Palmerston defence, and they get a quick kick out, but they're still under pressure here as White gets it across the back. Edwards got a kick forward, and Chloe Lay, who was pretty quiet in the first half by her standards, has really come into the game in this third quarter.
Well, she's absolutely fierce. She had her Women's Premier League debut just before Christmas, earned herself a Rising Star for her efforts. And no, you're right, Stu, she did have a very quiet first half, but she's been absolute bulldog in the last couple of minutes.
So the ball off hands over the back, a snap towards goal, but was half smothered, I think, and now at ground level it's Murphy again, who gets the hand pass out, but quick kick comes up, but another chance for Tars here, and it's Edwards who kicks towards goal. It's just going to fall short, but plenty of pressure on the goal line, and Palmerston under all sorts down there, but they managed to get it out, but not far this time, as coming in was Kalakis. She claims she was tackled without the ball. Play on's the call as the kick comes out towards half back, and it looks like Palmerston eventually are going to be able to run the ball out of defence, and it's Marika Carlton once again, who had a bounce, kicks inboard and finds her teammate down here in Perry. Perry tried to bounce herself, lost control, and now she's under pressure, but just toe poking it forward is Sienna Kelly for Palmerston, and they've worked the ball down inside their forward 50 and still struggling for the ball on the ground. Wiltshire comes in and picks up, gets a hand pass, but goes straight to her opponent Kelly. She hand passes across. Here's a chance for Palmerston with a shot on goal, but Bonnie McNeil's shot was offline and through for a behind. So pretty quick transition in the end by Palmerston to get it down to the other end of the ground, and Tars had to scramble to defend as they found the ball in their defensive 50. Lapira brings the ball back in, grandstand side. Oh, good work again by Carlton. Just intercepted, got a fist to it now, runs around her immediate opponent in front of her, kicks on the outside of the boot, but across the face of goal this time, and a behind. So doing it all by herself down there, Marika Carlton. Tara, she's been really impressive, hasn't she?
I was going to say she has got a fan in me, without a doubt. She obviously very impressive. Her ball movement at this age is incredible. So the control and composure she has when she has that football in her hand is very dangerous. So as I said, a big fan in me just watching her these last 3 quarters. So obviously not the result she wanted, and you could see she walked away. She didn't wait for the umpire to do anything. She knew that it didn't work, and she's resumed position against her opposition player. So no boundary umpires here, and umpires cannot leave the field of play. So just fetching that ball there, and we'll resume play shortly.
Yep, so Riley Lapira has jumped the fence, got the ball back, and she'll bring it back in from the airport end of the ground. Runs out of the square now towards the outer side of the ground. There's not too much on offer out there, but that's a good long kick that gets over the back. But it's Palmerston with their hands on the ball first as the kick comes inside the centre corridor. But Mark Spilton, good defensive work down there by Edwards, paddles it out to her teammate Vallejo, who gets a quick kick forward, and nicely trapped down there by Kobe Lee as she gets the kick towards the outer side of the ground. Running onto it down there, first in the race was Charlie Brady for Palmerston. She's just kicking it off the ground ahead of herself until she can control it, which she does now. Picks up and swings the kick forward. Kobe Lee in there just spilt the mark this time, and nicely picked up by Baldwin. She runs and kicks inside forward 50, but Wiltshire back there for Tars. Her kick is smothered, and getting assistance now from Hannah Wilson, but she's under plenty of pressure at ground level. Might have tucked that, dragged that ball in. It's not the way umpire Cheryl Schmode's seen it, I don't think. And it'll be a ball up inside forward 50. So Wilson wins the hit out, but again it's Palmerston first onto it. The long kick comes in over the back. Oh, Mark almost taken on the second attempt, but terrific recovery and a snapshot towards goal. It's bouncing. It's going to bounce all the way. Looked like it was bouncing all the way through, but then turned at right angles right on the goal line. That was a snapshot from Alinta Perry, and yeah, gee, it looked for all money like it was a goal, Tara.
I don't think that if I told someone that had happened, they'd believe me. So I'm glad that we're live streaming these games, Stu, because that was
amazing. Phoebe Wiltshire bringing the ball in for Tars now, coming grandstand side, looking for Vallejo. Just gets past her out towards the boundary line. Vallejo works back now, picked the ball up, and then dropped it as she was tackled. But it's going to be a ball up as the ball went over the boundary line, and we'll have a stoppage just outside of Palmerston's forward 50.
I think this is, I may have missed it, it's my first game I've called in 2023, but I know that late in the season last year for the Waratah girls, they were operating without a bench, so it was a really big game that these girls had to play, obviously without any breaks, especially against opponents that did have it. This is the first I've seen that they do have an interchange tonight, so they are getting a little bit of solace and a break and a breather, so I don't know if that's affecting, but they are performing well against Palmerston tonight.
They are, as Palmerston have the ball at half forward. It's hacked off the ground by Rankins. She follows up, but outnumbered down there, and it's picked up by Wilson, who clears to the outer side of the ground, but it's all Palmerston out here as the ball's out in space. First there for Palmerston is Nina Dean. She hand passes off, and now the long kick comes inside forward 50. The ball spills over the back. Here's an opportunity with a shot for goal, and I think it just hit the post, in fact. So unfortunately there, that was Ella Byatt, I think, that had that shot on goal, and only the behind instead of the goal. So we're almost at three-quarter time. No goals scored this quarter, but the footy's been pretty good, and Tars have had some opportunities early, and now Palmerston late in the quarter have just missed a couple of opportunities as Phoebe Wiltshire brings it in again, but that lady Marika Carlton reads it, then has a bounce, loses control, and well, that's come off the toe of Vallejo down there. I would think that was out of bounds on the full, if anyone saw it, that is, without boundary umpires, and I'm not sure they did, so it's going to be a stoppage as the siren goes. And you just see on the replay there a couple of bounces and then lost control of the ball as Vallejo came in. But the end of the quarter, and no real damage from anyone on the scoreboard, Tara.
No, and they go to three-quarter time break there. Palmerston 4-7-31 to Waratah's 1-5-11. Waratah very much in this game, although it not reflective on the scoreboard. Their efforts are massive in this third quarter of footy. We'll be right back just after the three-quarter time break. All right, and welcome back. We have Cheryl Smote in the centre here. My name is Tara Harris. Stu Davis, take it away with the last quarter.
Waratah again through Kobe Lee. She's had a terrific second half of the game. Got the hand pass across, and Waratah won the clearance. The ball spills out the back, and an opportunity down here for Edwards for Tars. She gets a kick inside forward 50, and a beautiful pass and a nice mark taken by Sian Murphy. And she'll go back and kick from about 35 metres out.
That is a very solid start from Waratah there. They've got a few girls lurking deep there.
Yeah, so Sienna Vallejo's just made some space wide, but that's been ignored. The kick goes to the goal square mark, almost taken down there by Alia White. Now a hack off the ground as the ball comes forward. Vallejo comes in late to put some pressure on, lays the tackle, the ball spills out, but couldn't be controlled and rolled over the boundary line. So a stoppage deep in Waratah's forward 50 area.
No, really good start there for Waratah.
So Vallejo doing the rock work, but it's straight down here, and a snapshot for goal by Murphy, but it was never worrying the goal really, and just rolled through for or behind. But a promising start once again from Tars. So I'm not sure if they're going to they're not going to have enough opportunities to kick a winning score tonight, but it's been a really improved performance from last time we saw them, I reckon. So
yeah, certainly.
Palmerston out of defence now as it's Carlton once again, has a bounce, hand passes in front of herself, and now hacks it off the ground forward. But picking first to the ball there was Bonnie Peacock for Tars. She got tackled with it, and umpire Cheryl Schmode will ball it up as just sort out who is going to take part in the ruck contest. Kobe Lee once again, terrific work, and now the ball hand pass forward to the advantage of Kalakis. She picked up, ducked back around, ran herself into trouble, but the tackle was high, so she's going to take the free kick here, and they've got a chance again to go forward. Waratah as Kalakis chips the ball down towards half forward over the back. Murphy once again spilt the mark, but bounced back into her arms. She runs forward, kicks long towards goal. The bounce just checks back to White. She gets caught as she takes possession. Murphy's come in to help again, and the Palmerston defender has kicked that 30 metres over the goal line and through for a rush behind under plenty of pressure, of course. So all quite legal, but a rush behind for
absolutely threw me off. But I was like, oh, wait, am I? Have I got my ends mixed up? Because the passion at which she absolutely kicked that, I genuinely believe that I had my ends mixed up. So she's just fishing the ball there, and thank that little punter for helping out the game, bless.
So Palmerston bring the ball back in, grandstand side, in front. Beautiful mark taken, and I think looking to go the wrong way. Yeah.
It's thrown everyone off.
And yeah.
I actually think it might have been a Palmerston player telling her to turn around.
That's right. Kalakis with a big grin on her face goes back the right way now and chips it inside forward 50, but well read, and a nice mark by Sienna Kelly for Palmerston. She decides to go outer side of the ground now, where she's got players out in front. Baldwin is first there. Gets the hand pass forward as she's tackled. Dean coming in to assist, but she gets bundled out of the way. And Baldwin again gets a hand pass out to Dean. Dean kicks forward inside the centre square. The ball loose at ground level. Reaching in and controlling it well was Alinta Perry, who then just got held up as she tried to go forward. Hannah Wilson across the back picks up and kicks forward for Tars, and trying to paddle it forward out here was Edwards. Just couldn't control it, but she's still in there fighting for it as the ball's at ground level. Now the hand pass comes out to Carlton. She bursts away with speed as she's been doing all night and kicks long towards half forward. Clever ball control down there by Tatiana Perry, and she kicks the ball across half forward and finds Bonnie McNeil. McNeil kicks down towards the goal square. Working hard in defence was Peacock for Tars out in front. Uses the body now to try to get her opponent out the way. Picks it up, gets something of a kick forward, and then comes in and lays a tackle. But again, the tackle's high, and it'll be a Palmerston free kick inside forward 50. And Bonnie McNeil will take the free kick again for Palmerston.
Can't say that Waratah haven't given up. They've been absolutely fighting tooth and nail to regain kind of a bit of control in this game, which they did in the third quarter, obviously scoreless or goalless in the third quarter. But Palmerston's dangerous. You can see that they've got a really, really great set of skills here. So you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So they've done well to keep them controlled.
So Lapira took that free kick and took a bounce, got the kick out to Peacock. Peacock kicks towards the outer side of the ground where Kobe Lee's going to be first there. She's under some pressure but manages to get around her opponent and now kicks in towards the centre of the ground. The ball spills over the back and again good defensive work by Baldwin as she kicks forward and gives the opportunity for Carlton to run onto it. She runs inside forward 50 with a bounce. Hand passes off now to Perry. Perry with a snap around the corner. Beautiful finish there from Palmerston. Great football, and gee, I thought Carlton might have been able to do it all by herself then, but unselfishly gave it across to Tatiana Perry, and that was a great finish from 30 metres out.
Exactly right, and that's what I was talking about before, and we watched the replay here. Carlton absolutely storms forward. Her skills are very impressive, takes the one bounce, sees the player there and absolutely just rockets it forward through Perry. So really, really well done, and a great goal there too.
So that's first goal of the quarter, first goal of the second half, and Palmerston just extend that lead, and clearly they're going to win the game tonight, but plenty to take out of it for Waratah.
Oh, without a doubt. I think we're entering just under 8 minutes here in the last quarter. We've got Palmerston 5-7-37 to Waratah 1-7-13 back in the centre.
So from the stoppage, it was Baldwin in there for Palmerston, but trying to hack it off the ground was Byatt. The ball slips back into Byatt's hands now, and she kicks long in towards centre half forward, but beautifully read, and the mark taken by Phoebe Wiltshire at centre half back. She's looking to go outer side of the ground where she's got Kalakis running out there, and she gets on the end of that, takes a nice mark running with the flight of the ball, and just slows things up while players get in position. Looking for Kobe Lee there, just goes a little too long for her, and Dean in defence for Palmerston once again. Rebounds back towards half forward. Clever work down there by McNeil, who hand passed backwards looking for a teammate. The hand pass just missed the target, but now it's Sienna Kelly who picks up, runs around and kicks down towards half forward, but Wiltshire once again takes a nice intercept mark and has had a pretty good game in defence for Tars tonight. As she kicks to the outer side of the ground, it's going to go close to the boundary line over here, and just getting to it was Isabella Davey before it went out, and then she got bundled over, and it'll be a stoppage on the wing on the outer side.
Yeah, so an easy goal there for Palmerston a few moments ago there, which has extended their lead just that little bit further. So we'll see if Waratah maybe can get one more here in the final minutes of this game.
From the restart, Kobe Lee in there, but McNeil at ground level gets a hand pass back to Dean. Dean kicks close to the boundary again. It's just going to stay in play out there as Tars with some numbers, but the hand pass just got affected as Peacock tried to hand pass it back, and Palmerston claiming the free kick. It's going to be paid, so the kick comes across inside forward 50 and nicely read and nicely marked by Sienna Kelly at half forward. She's got a player out wide and a beautiful pass and a great mark over the top, and that's Perry once again. Tatiana Perry took a nice contested mark there over the top in the hands, and now she'll have a set shot for goal, probably similar distance to the one she kicked on the run just before, but she's lobbed this one high in the goal square as ball at ground level comes to the front of the pack. Picked up here by Kelly. She swings around, kicks on the right, but she's just hung that one out to the right side and through for a behind.
You can see there was a pressure there, and the way that she went at the ball when she kicked that one through was it was a reverse, so the ball actually spun towards her as she entered, as she kicked that one towards the goal. So not obviously what she was after. You could see she was disappointed with the hands on the head, but obviously really good just to have a snap under pressure.
So Wilson brings the ball in and finds Lapira, who plays on around the outer side of the ground, gets it out in front of Finch here. Finch swings around on the right boot, kicks in towards the centre of the ground. But first there for Palmerston was Baldwin. She hand passed back and allowed Palmerston to go forward inside 50 again. Oh, the bounce didn't help the Waratah defenders down there as strong body work sees Bonnie Peacock get bundled over, but picking up and swinging around the corner was Tatiana Perry once again, but this time she hasn't brought that ball back, and it's cannoned into the behind post, so that's out of bounds on the full, and will be a Waratah free kick in the back pocket.
It's been all Palmerston these last few minutes of this final quarter.
Hannah Wilson brings the ball in, and she's got a couple of options on the outer side if they can control the ball. Both wanted to shepherd for the other. Poppy Fawcett in the end picked it up, tried to hand pass as she was tackled, but the ball slipped out, and it's a free kick to Carly McDonald. McDonald chips the ball inside forward 50. No one really alert there for it, but Perry comes in late and now controls it, kicks the ball high towards half forward. The ball slips over the back. Oh, a great tackle laid there on Talia Parry as she tried to get an opportunity to kick for goal as a quick hand pass comes out, and now a quick kick forward going right to the goal line. The mark spilt there by Wilson. This time Parry's in there again trying to control it. Wilson just trying to keep it close to the goal line and eventually rushes it over for a behind.
So would be multiple behinds in the last couple of moments of this game.
Yeah, I think Tars players just running out of a bit of steam. They've only got the one on the bench, I think, so they're a bit weary, but still battling on as this young lady Carlton, again, who's dominated the game, swings into her, and Tatiana Perry, of course, at half forward for Palmerston have been probably the best two, but free kick's been found this time, and it's going to be Perry once again. She's looking to get the ball on quickly out wide, and the pass is good, and finds her teammate in the forward pocket down here in Carlton once again. So they've worked together beautifully all night, and once again there as Marika Carlton swings around the player on the mark now and hooks the ball back towards goal. It's going right into the goal square in front. McNeil couldn't control the ball. Poppy Fawcett trying to work it out of defence for Tars. She picks it up, gets a hand pass forward that's smothered. McNeil in there again, picks up. She's tackled and gets stripped of the ball as the hand pass comes out, and Kalakis gets a kick across here and finds Kobe Lee at half back. Kobe Lee, who's been pretty impressive tonight too in the ruck and around the ground, gets a kick forward, and now a chance for Tars going forward, but the pace there of Palmerston wins out, and it's picked up beautifully by Michaela Baldwin, and she runs away, and then the umpire says she's run too far, so it's a Waratah free kick to Sydney Finch on the centre wing here, and you can see that Finch is looking a bit weary as she goes back to pick up the ball. Of course, they've been working very hard all night.
And the girls have pushed forward, which is good.
So the long kick finds Kobe Lee once again, and she takes the mark between wing and half forward. Hand passes off to Finch again now, and Finch kicks the ball inside 50. It bounces through that pack of players there and got all the way through to Isabella Davey, who got tackled strongly as she took possession of the ball, and it'll be a ball up about 30 metres out from the Waratah goal.
See it just in the last couple of seconds here of this match.
Fawcett there at ground level just couldn't control the ball. It slips out the back to Lee now. She tries to run around. She does so, kicks long down towards the top of the goal square, and there's a free kick here as the siren goes. It's going to be a Waratah free kick to Isabella Davey, but yeah, it's Isabella Davey will have to take the free kick as we jumped the gun with his music there.
Yes.
But Davey will take the free kick, and there's about 35 Palmerston defenders standing on the goal line to try and prevent this going through, and she gave it her best effort, but it's fallen short and no score. So that's the end of the game, Tara.
That's it. It's been a wonderful game of football, a really great contest from Waratah girls who fought right to the end, but it was the skills that got Palmerston over the line tonight. I said throughout the whole game, Stu, that the skill set in this Palmerston team is absolutely fantastic. They've got ladder leaders for a reason. Fantastic goal kicker. Stand out for me, and I'm going to pinch it from you, Marika Carlton, without a doubt. She's absolutely phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to watching her, and she's going to have a ripper final series, I'd say. Standouts for you tonight?
Oh yeah, her obviously, and Tatiana Perry, Sienna Kelly was pretty impressive too, and I like Hannah Wilson and Kobe Lee were probably the best two for TARS, I think, and probably Fawcett now and then was the goal kicker, of course, for Waratah.
That's right. So Palmerston 5-9-39 to Waratah's 1-7-13. It's been a pleasure to host you this evening. You've been watching NITV's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season. We'll be broadcasting right back here in a couple of moments for under-18 boys, or we'll see you next week for more under-18 girls coverage.